If you're watching this on YouTube, you might have noticed that this episode is a week delayed. But if you want to get early access to our episodes, consider becoming a paying member. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you for all your support. I am so pleased to be talking to you, Masih Alinejad, because you are a hero for your courage, for standing up for women, for freedom, for standing up to the disgusting ayatollahs and the clerics who rule Iran. I suppose you're delighted by today's news about the Nobel Peace Prize going to Narges Mohammedi.
Indeed, because look, it is a slap in the face of Ali Khamenei and his gender apartheid regime when the prize goes to a woman. And it is a bittersweet moment for us as well, because at the same time, 16-year-old girl Armita is in a coma right after being beaten up by morality police.
Yes.
So this is the situation in Iran now.
That's horrible. I suppose you were in the running for the Nobel Peace Prize as well, and but you're delighted anyway that Narges Mohammedi.
Yeah, because look, Narges is in the prison right now. She's in jail. Yes. She's right there and facing guns and bullets. From the bottom of my heart, I believe that she was the one that she deserved this prize.
Good. Right. Well, it's very, very good news then. As you say, it's a slap in the face for them. I've detested them really for years and years. I mean, ever since the Salman Rushdie fatwa, which was a horrible, horrible thing. I mean, a really vicious thing. I once wrote of God that he was a petty, the God of the Old Testament, that is to say. I think it's probably the same as the God of the Quran as well. A petty, unjust, unforgiving control freak, a bloodthirsty, misogynistic, homophobic, capriciously malevolent bully. That seems to me a pretty good summing up of the character of Ayatollah Khameini. He's rather like God, in other words.
Yes.
Would that be right?
Look, yeah, I mean, listen, it's just when you said you detested the Islamic Republic for a long time, I have to say that we feel this, anger and frustrations, because we, the women, are the one that, Khomeini's regime, when they took over Iran, they wrote their ideology on our bodies. We, from the age of 7, just imagine, from the age of 7, we had to carry their ideology on our head, our body. If not, then you'll get lashes. You get kicked out from school. You won't exist. So that's why we hate Khomeini and Khamenei's regime for a long time. You mentioned about Salman Rushdie. I'm shocked that in the West, some analysts, some people say that we don't know the motive behind the assassination attempt against Salman Rushdie. But we know this the best, that this will happen to him because of the Islamic Republic.
Exactly. One of the really horrible things at the time was the way in which Christian clerics almost sided with the Ayatollah about that. They didn't quite, but they kind of forgave it, as though somehow Salman Rushdie deserved what he got, that kind of thing. I thought that was truly awful.
I often get that, you criticize Islamic laws, you criticize Sharia laws. So if you don't want to get hurt, so don't do that. Wait a minute. This is 21st century. I live in America. I'm free to go in church and criticize, religion here. But when it comes to Islamic Republic, if you challenge them, then you get hanged, you get executed. Why?
Yes, quite.
In the name of Islamophobia, they're actually buying the Islamic Republic narrative by saying that it's Salman Rushdie's fault or it's women's fault. You better respect their culture, their religion. But Islam doesn't respect me.
Hi, everyone. You can unlock the full potential of your online experience with our sponsor for today, Atlas VPN. In today's connected world, government censorship poses quite a challenge to our freedom, but Atlas VPN is the solution that I think we've all been waiting for. Break through barriers and explore a world of content beyond borders while also ensuring your privacy online. Atlas VPN doesn't just protect you from cyber threats, it's also your ticket to discovering the very best deals on flights, Spotify, even Netflix subscriptions. And here's the deal. For a limited time, you can grab Atlas VPN Premium for an incredible Black Friday price cut. It's just $1.70 per month with an extra 6 months thrown in. That's unbeatable security and freedom at an affordable price. Plus, we've got you covered with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so don't miss out on this limited time offer. You can click the link in the video description below and secure your online freedom with Atlas VPN. It's where science meets security, making your digital world truly limitless.
American liberals seem to me to go out of their way, bend over backwards to be apologists for Islamism, whereas they should be standing up for women as you do.
That is shocking. That is shocking. Like, your question just reminds me of the time when I launched my campaign against forced hijab. I was under attack by many, many feminists in America. Like one of the congresswomen, Ilhan Omar, she wears hijab and she enjoys freedom of choice here. She was attacking me. She launched a smear campaign against me. And I was shocked because I was the one, when I came to live in New York, I was so excited. I even took to the streets, joined Women's March. I was shouting, my body, my choice. And I was very excited about it. But immediately I got attacked by those same people who were, some of the leading one in Women's March in New York, and saying that, we have to respect Iranians' culture. Compulsory hijab is part of their culture. This is an insult to a nation when you call a barbaric law part of our culture. So I think that they are lost. And I have only one message for them. I invite them to go in Iran, Afghanistan, live under Sharia laws, and then they understand why we say that our fear of Islamic laws is logical.
I'm totally on your side about that. I'm absolutely on your side. Do you consider yourself a Muslim?
No, I grew up in a Muslim family. Listen, I have to be very honest with you. You don't have any choice. You don't have any choice in Iran. When you were born in a Muslim family, there's only one option for you, to be a Muslim. Otherwise, that's it. That's a fact. So I didn't have any option, and I'm not that kind of person, go by compulsory religion or compulsory veiling or anything that being imposed on me.
Yes. And the penalty for apostasy is death, according to Sharia law. Is that penalty ever imposed? imposed?
Of course. Like in 2009, there was an activist. He just actually challenged and criticized religion on his Facebook page, and he got executed simply by challenging religion. That's all. And not only that, many young activists, they received death sentence and they got executed in the name of insulting Prophet Muhammad or insulting Islam. It's like, I still get goosebumps when I talk about it, that this is the 21st century and Iranian people getting executed for the crime of spreading corruption on earth in the name of Sharia laws.
And that's official execution, is it? Not just other activists on the other side killing them. It is actually do they have a trial and then they're executed by some official means?
You call it trial, but we, the people of Iran, call it show trial because we don't have the opportunity. Yeah, we don't have the opportunity to have our own independent lawyer. Look, right now that I'm talking to you, Armita is in a coma. 16-year-old girl. She got beaten up by morality police. She's in hospital, but the hospital being surrounded by security forces. Her mother got arrested. The journalist who was going to report about her got arrested. The two of her classmates who were witness that she got beaten up by morality police were forced to go on TV and deny the violence of hijab police. So this is the situation. Instead of just, helping her to fight for her life, they are actually trying to censor her and rush her to die. So the Iranian regime never allowed the activist or political prisoner to have a fair trial. That's why we don't believe that this regime can be reformed. We should end this regime.
Yes. you believe, it sounds plausible to me, that there was a plot to kidnap you yourself in America. And are you under some kind of guard, a police guard or something in America now?
Yes, there was an assassination plot, which the FBI, thanks to law enforcement, they arrested 3 men. Right now that we're talking, 3 men are in prison in America for the crime of trying to assassinate me on U.S. soil. But at the same time, yes, I've been moved to dozens of safe houses by the FBI. But White House, Biden administration's actions are totally different. They offered me to go under witness protection. Do you know what this witness protection means?
I don't know what that is, no.
It means that I have to change my identity, my name, my social security number. Clearly, I should disappear. What the Islamic Republic wants is the same. So this is the White House saying that we are worried about your life. Yes. Go and get lost.
Yes. I've just read your book, With the Wind in My Hair. So I know that you're not the kind of person to submit to that sort of thing. In fact,
not at all.
I rather admire your cheek, if I may put it that way. Do you understand what I mean? I mean, time and again, you would be in a position to my amazement, actually, to interview one of the leading leaders in Iran, the president or a leading cleric, and you weren't at all grateful. I mean, you were actually quite cheeky to them and seemed to get away with it, which I think was astonishing. I was delighted.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. Yeah, as you said, it's not in my DNA to be silent or to hide myself or change my identity. No, I have a loud voice like millions of Iranian women, and I'm not going to give up my fight against this oppressive regime.
I mean, there was one occasion when you managed to get to see the president, and he apologized to you, and you said, "I don't need your apology." I mean, I thought that was amazing. Yes. I wouldn't have done that. I would have accepted his apology.
No, but, honestly, we don't need their apology. I mean, there are many young women in Iran. The Islamic Republic trying to actually keep them silent by saying that we change your lifestyle. The Islamic Republic killed a lot of young activists, a lot of young protesters, and going to their mothers and saying that we can change your lifestyle. We can give you money. We can do this, that. They refuse that. They say that, no, we want to get rid of you.
Yes. I have been getting the impression that the rebellion by the young women, especially in Iran, is seriously worrying the authorities. It seems to be touching them on a raw nerve. I mean, the fact that they are being so ruthless about it suggests that they really care. And it looks as though you're getting under their skin. Is there any hope, do you think, that the Islamic Republic could actually fall as a result of the activities that you've inspired?
Yeah, I mean, you beautifully mentioned about that the Islamic Republic is really scared of women. That's true. I have to say that the Islamic Republic managed to take everything away from us. Everything. Our freedom, dignity, our homeland, our family members, but not hope. So to get back to your question, yes, I have a hope that we're gonna have an Iran without this barbaric mullahs. And let me just give you a better picture that why they are scared of women, because they made us an army for the Islamic Republic when they put us in the same uniform, as Margaret Atwood actually mentioned in her own book, The Handmaid's Tale. So the uniform, the compulsory veiling, became a tool for Islamic Republic to tell the rest of the world that, see, these women are our army. Now, the women became an army against the Islamic Republic by removing the same uniform, the same veiling. So that scares the regime because compulsory hijab is like the main pillar of a religious dictatorship. That's why they're really, really scared of teenagers. They put cameras everywhere. Morality police officers are everywhere. Khameini with guns, bullets, like money, power, prison, everything.
Yes.
He is scared of teenagers. He is scared of our hair.
Why is
because
Islam so hostile to women generally, not specifically in Iran, but in general? The whole idea in Islam seems to be a hostility, a fear, actually, maybe, of women.
Exactly. But I have to say that now they have for 40 years, they managed to scare us, to put the fear inside us. Now, this is the whole regime. They are scared of women. You know, there are 3 pillars for Islamic Republic to survive. Death to America, death to Israel, and women. Believe me, we the women are the biggest threats for this regime.
Yes. But why is Islam generally so hostile to women? What is it fear of women, do you think? And not just Iran now, but generally in Islam itself.
I mean, look, I often get this question that why, Masih, you're against Islam? And I simply ask them that why you never ask that all the Islamic laws are against me. All of them, from the age of 7. I'm not allowed to dance. I'm not allowed to show my hair. I'm not allowed to go to a stadium. I'm not allowed to get a passport without getting permission from my husband. I'm not allowed to travel abroad. I'm not allowed to run for country. I'm not allowed to be a judge. It's like, you know, men in my country are allowed to have 4 wives. They can marry like as much as they can. But I get stoned. I get killed and executed if I love someone and have sex out of marriage. So all these laws are against me and my dignity. So that's why I have to be honest. Sometimes I get frustrated when people in the West telling me that, so you're Islamophobic, you have phobia. I said, phobia is irrational. But my fear of all these lashes, being bullied, getting hanged is rational. My fear and the fear of millions of women in Iran and Afghanistan, Taliban and Islamic Republic, they are scary. So we are scared. That's why we want to put like religion behind the curtain.
Why is Islam so hostile to joyful activities like singing and dancing?
I don't know. It's like, to me, it's so shocking that women have beautiful voice. You know, I asked the same question to former president of Iran. I said that, why? You just give me an explanation that why singing is forbidden for women. Have you ever heard of a woman singing? And he said that, yes, I heard women cite in Quran. I said, no, wait a minute. That's different. I'm asking you about singing. And then he was like talking about fatwa, how Islam like says that if women sing, men get provoked. And I was like, I started to sing for him. Agar Khuda mara begiryani man asmanat ra begham begiryanam. And he clapped and he stopped me from singing. So I think that they have to explain to us women. They owe an explanation to all women around the world that why they hate us when we want to be happy, when we want to dance, when we want to sing, when we want to feel the wind in our hair. Why?
It's a lovely title, The Wind in Your Hair, in My Hair. I love it. I love the book, by the way. It's a wonderful book. When did you write it?
3 years ago. But I have to say, it's not the wind in my hair anymore. It's a storm in the hair of Iranian women. Like, you know, when they're walking unveiled in the streets, it's a punishable crime. But they do it because they know that if they say no to compulsory hijab, they can say no to dictators. They can bring this regime down. That's why I always say that feeling the wind in our hair means that we are shaking the whole regime that they hate our hair.
I think it's a great campaign. Obviously, in one sense it's trivial, but in another sense it's not. I mean, it is symbolic, but it's symbolic of something very important. I mean, you're a brilliant tactician, I think, a brilliant deviser of campaigns. Right? The campaign to have men wearing a hijab.
Yes.
I mean, that's a stroke of genius.
Oh, you remember that?
Oh, yeah, that's wonderful.
You know why I did that? Let me tell you why. Because a lot of men were mocking me, saying that Middle East has got so many bigger problems. And some other men were telling me that, look, this is your culture. And what I did, when I heard Javad Zarif, the foreign minister of the Islamic Republic, said that to the Western women, you have to respect our culture, then I photoshopped him in our so-called culture. And then I asked Iranian men in the West, try it. Try it and tell me how it feels when you are forced to wear so-called cultural veiling. So, and now men are allies for women of Iran. I love that now.
That's very good, isn't it? That is very good. I cannot understand the sheer depth of the hostility. I mean, one of the things is acid attacks. People riding on motorbikes and hurling acid in the face of women. They must really, really hate women to do such an awful, awful thing.
You know, their weapon is acid, throwing acid on our face and trying to bully us, to eliminate us because they hate us. But at the same time, I believe that like our weapon is our hair, our voice, our words, and that scares them. Isn't that like amazing that we just, use our camera and film them. And now we see that how they're running away from Iranian women. So the hate that they have inside them, it's killing us. But at the same time, I believe that the courage of Iranian young women, it's killing them. It's just very obvious.
Well, I really, really hope you manage to get rid of this awful regime and that you will be back in Iran and united with your parents and your brothers again very soon.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. For a long time, I have been listening to you. And I hope one day I can invite you to Iran. Believe me, Iranian young people, many of them, they're brave enough to challenge Islamic ideology, and they would love to have you in Iran.
It will be a great pleasure. I look forward to that. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this episode, you can show some support by subscribing to the podcast, sharing it with your friends, and leaving a review.